This is the first video that I've had up for over a week now because I've been pretty busy with things, so I want to give you something of high value here, something that's really going to help you out. What I'm going to talk about is overt and covert hypnosis, the difference between the two and what's possible with the two. You have to excuse me, my voice is a bit hoarse because I'm on my lunch break at the moment from teaching NLP practitioners. So I've been coaching people, explaining stuff all morning, and it's hitting the voice a little bit there now. So we're talking about overt and covert hypnosis and what's possible with the two. A lot of people have been asking me about this because there's a fascination out there with conversational hypnosis. Everything that I've been showing so far has been about overt hypnosis. It's been about those situations where you set yourself up to be doing something different, doing something interesting. You've explained to somebody either you're going to do hypnosis, you're going to do an experiment that demonstrates the power of the mind, you're going to show them something with energy if they believe in that. Whatever it is, you're setting a frame, you're setting a context, you're setting that big because, and then you're going through a process that's obviously different from an everyday conversation. So in that sense, it's overt, it's obvious. This is the type of hypnosis we've been looking at, but the hypnosis without trance model, that idea of the hypnotic loop and everything that goes with it, can equally guide you in doing conversational hypnosis or covert hypnosis. Now, covert hypnosis is where there's been no announcement that you're doing anything unusual, no announcement that you're doing anything different. You're just apparently, ostensibly, having a chat with somebody. And as you do, their reality shifts, things change for them, their experience changes, their beliefs change. This is covert hypnosis, this is conversational hypnosis. Now, I was having a chat with somebody on the train the other day, another hypnotist who hasn't perhaps been doing this as long as I have and is just still figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And they were talking about somebody who they really wanted to hypnotise and get some hypnotic phenomena out of. Somebody who just was not up for being hypnotised. They're very much out to prove that they can't be hypnotised. So you've got this challenge mindset, this challenge set up. I've often said, don't bother with challenges, you're wasting your time. And I said to this guy, don't bother with the challenge, forget it, you're wasting your time. He said, no, I really want to get this. I said, you won't, because he doesn't want to be hypnotised. He won't go along with the process. So my friend said, what I want to do is I want to use conversational hypnosis. This led me to explain something which I think is important, which is often misunderstood. There are certain effects, certain phenomena you can get with overt hypnosis in a cooperative hypnotic frame that are, I'm not going to say impossible, but extremely challenging to get with covert hypnosis. And here's the reason why. With hypnotic phenomena, people will only manifest the phenomena that are plausible to them according to their belief system and their belief about what's happening at that moment. So they will only manifest what's plausible to them. Now let me give you an example. If I set up a process of hypnosis, I say to someone, we're going to do some hypnosis, you're going to have an interesting experience. Are you up for doing that? They say yes. And I start setting up a hand stick. If they believe that I have the capability to do hypnosis, if they believe that hypnosis can possibly stick their hand to the table, then it becomes plausible. And because it's plausible, it becomes possible. If, however, they think that hypnosis is an absolute load of rubbish and they genuinely don't believe in it at all, they think the whole thing is laughable and for gullible people, it's not plausible to them that their hand could stick to the table. It will not happen. Without that plausibility, it won't happen. All hypnotic phenomena have to be plausible to the person you're eliciting from them. This is what I believe. So, this is where the idea of the big because comes in. We set the frame. If somebody believes their hand can stick, it will stick. If they believe they could erase the number 3, it will erase. If they believe somebody could become invisible, if they believe that's possible, if that's plausible, then that opens the doorway for it. And they've got every reason to do so because something is happening, because hypnosis is taking place, because a psychological experiment is taking place, and they believe in the power of the mind. Whatever the big because is, it's that frames what's plausible in the situation. Now think about covert hypnosis, conversational hypnosis. You can still set up hypnotic loops, But if you try and set up a hypnotic loop whereby someone's hand stuck to the table conversationally, if they haven't recognised anything's unusual going on, it's highly unlikely that their hand will stick, because it's not likely to be plausible to them that it can. Why should your hand stick just because you're having a chat with somebody? They haven't said they're a hypnotist, they haven't given you any reason for it. So even if you set up the loop, without the frame, without the because, without the thing that sets the plausibility, it won't happen. Now here's a different position. If conversationally you wanted to lead somebody into a particular state of mind, say the state of feeling good, where they actually felt a really good sensation in their body, that isn't implausible. People feel feelings all the time just in the course of their day, so that their feelings can shift is something quite natural to them. You don't need a big because, you don't need a big overt frame. Another thing might be a new idea or a new belief forming in somebody's mind. That kind of thing happens all the time, every day. So a suggestion, an idea that you want somebody to entertain, can be implanted via conversational hypnosis very easily. There's no reason why it shouldn't. It's absolutely plausible by their map of the world or by their map of what's happening at the moment. So do you get the difference in that? Why should I suddenly hallucinate a puppy on a table just because someone's chatting to me? But if they're doing hypnosis, and I know that hypnosis is powerful, and I've already had an experience of how it can change my reality, then the fact that I might see a puppy on the table could be plausible, and I may well see the puppy. It doesn't guarantee it, but I may well see it. So that's the idea. And here's the strengths and weaknesses. You can do covert hypnosis, conversational hypnosis, in a load of settings, in a load of contexts where it will be unacceptable and inappropriate to do overt hypnosis. However, you are less likely to get very powerful and very unusual hypnotic phenomena. You'll only get the kind of hypnotic phenomena that people would accept in everyday life anyway. Oh, and that might include amnesia. Amnesia is quite easy to get with conversational hypnosis because people are so used to forgetting things all the time. Everyone's had that experience of trying to remember something, and the harder you try, the harder it is to recall. That's easy to do conversationally. But people don't generally hallucinate in the course of their everyday lives. If they did, you could probably set up a hallucination easily with covert hypnosis. I hope that makes sense. So the strengths of overt hypnosis is you can get much more powerful phenomena. The weakness is people need to choose to cooperate. They can step outside of it. They can resist it more easily. The strength of conversational hypnosis, of covert hypnosis, is that people find it much more difficult to resist because they don't know it's going on. But the weakness of it is that you can't get hypnotic phenomena that are so far outside of their regular notions of reality. That's worth being aware of, because a lot of people mix the two up and think that whatever you can do with one, you can do with the other, but you can't. If you master both types of hypnosis, then you will have a very useful, very powerful tool set that you can use to enhance your life, enhance the lives of others, or even just have fun with. At some point I'd like to talk more about conversational hypnosis, how it relates to that stuff. I hope now that that's been a useful insight for you. Please consider it, make of it what you will. You may disagree with it. If you do, let me know. There's the comments feature on the blog. I always welcome comments and love to hear from you. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.